covered we covered almost the model inheritance, correct, right? Model inheritance, like this we covered already in the last sessions, right? So now my requirement is, okay, my requirement is we have to go for proxy model inheritance. That is the only last one we have. Regarding that, proxy model inheritance. That is the last one we have. Niranjan, I mean, what is the file example? Example of file means, I mean, file upload, download, something like Niranjan. Okay, so now, yes, here just take a bit very special care. What is the model inheritance? We covered already, right? So model inheritance is something like reusability. So in our Python or in the programming, we are having model, we are having inheritance concept. The biggest advantage of inheritance concept is reusability. Regarding reusability, code reusability is the biggest advantage of model inheritance, right? Suppose something like I have one student is there, sir. Just assume that I have one class student is there. Student is there, sir. I'm not going to talk in detail. Don't worry. Just let me refresh for 2 or 3 minutes about this one, sir. Sir, here F1 field is there, F2 field is there, F3, F2, F3, something like there are multiple fields are available. Okay, like now here class teacher is also having same fields except one or two differences, right? Sir, teacher is also having the same fields except one or two, like sir, this person having F5 and F6. Now observe that if multiple model classes having the same fields, why we have to write separately? Regarding why we require to write separately, better to take one model class, one parent model class to hold the common properties. Regarding that class, okay, here this person is the teacher. Assume that this person is the teacher, this person is the student. Something like F1 and F2 talks about contact information. Then I'm taking contact info models dot model. Okay, common fields we have to take F1 and then F2, like this common fields I'm trying to take, sir. Now the point is contact info, okay, like we require to take here, then automatically F1 and F2 by default are going to come. Regarding F1 and F2 by default we are going to get, we are not required to rewrite again. Regarding right, sir, here also contact info F1 F2 by default we are going to get. This type of inheritance is called, okay, sir, what is the basic idea? I hope everyone can able to understand what the basic idea about this one, sir. Here make sure, sir, I want only student table and the teacher table. I don't want this contact info table, because for code reusability purpose I want inheritance only in the Python, not in the database, right? Not in the database. Then we have to take class meta, sir, abstract. Class meta abstract is equal to true. We have to take. If I can take class meta abstract is equal to true, what it means is, sir, now for this table for the parent model, sir, database table won't be created. Only for the child tables, only for the child model, database tables will be created with all the fields, right? So if I can open student table, F1, F2, F3, F4 will be there. If I open teacher table, again F1, F2, F5, F6 by default will be there, sir. This type of inheritance is called abstract base model inheritance. Everyone can able to understand? Regarding right, what is the meaning of abstract base model, abstract class base model inheritance? This one by default is considered as like, sir, now here only child classes database tables will be created, but the parent database table won't be created, right? Okay, that's all. So now suppose if the child class is not, if the parent class is not abstract. Regarding, so if the parent class is not abstract, then what will happen here, sir? How many tables by default will be created, sir? three tables by default will be created. Three tables will be created, sir. Now, do you know the data will be shared, sir, through foreign key reference? Remember this one. The data will be shared through foreign key reference, right? So this table by default will be there. Here also this table will be there. Here also this table by default will be there, sir. Here ID field will become foreign key of this ID field, right? Sir, this ID field will become foreign key of this ID field. So whatever the data is there, automatically this data by default available to the teacher and the student. Please make sure this type of inheritance is by default considered multi-table inheritance. Everyone can able to understand? Are you in the position to understand that what the meaning of multi-table inheritance? Can you please tell now this inheritance is it applicable at code level or not? Yes, code level reusability we are seeing. At the database level also this inheritance is applicable, sir, because for the parent separate table, for child's separate tables by default will be created. That's why at parent and the child both the tables by default will be created. Okay, at the database level also this type of inheritance is applicable either at database level and coding level, no problem at all. Okay, like. So now there is one more inheritance we cover, sir, multi-level inheritance. Same inheritance only, multi-level means, do you know, student is the child of contact info, sir, teacher is the child of student. Assume that, sir, teacher is the child of student. Then automatically, do you know, contact info for this student is the child, for this student, teacher is the child. This type of inheritance is by default considered, multi-level inheritance. Are you getting that? This type of inheritance is by default considered as what? Multi-level inheritance. I hope it is clear for all of you. Multi-level inheritance. Now three tables by default will be there. Internally, one table ID will become foreign key of another like this. Total data by default will be shared. Multi-level inheritance, right? Sir, even in Python, multiple inheritance is also possible. Assume that, sir, I have contact info. Assume that two parents are there, sir. Assume that two parents are available. Okay, sir, here I'm taking class student or otherwise class employee, class here what we call manager, class manager. Manager is the child of person, manager is the child of employee. So employee properties must be required to the manager and the person properties also must be required to the manager. Okay, employee properties and person properties must be required. Such type of inheritance is nothing but what? Multiple inheritance. Remember this one. But whenever we are implementing multiple inheritance, then primary keys should not have any common fields between person and employee. If you are having common fields, there may be a chance of problem, right? I showed already what the problem we are facing. That's all. This is about the multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, next multi-table inheritance, and the abstract base class model inheritance. Like these are various types of inheritances are possible. Clear, right? Please, are you in the position to understand, right? Proxy inheritance we didn't discuss. Don't worry. Proxy we didn't discuss. We will come up. Okay, so that's all. Next, before going for the proxy inheritance, what I want to take is what I want to take here is, sir, there is one special concept is there. Let me talk about that. So that if you aware that, then proxy inheritance happily very easily you can able to understand that, because even for the interview room also this concept is very important, sir. Model managers. Are you getting what is the concept, sir? Model managers. This concept you people should aware, sir. Sir, do you know what is model manager? Are you getting what is model manager? Sir, the name itself indicates project manager. Project manager is going to manage team related to that project. Are you getting? Project manager is related to manage the team. So here also model manager, the person who is going to manage model, assume that employee is there, sir. What is this one? This is my model. For this model, it is a Python code. Sir, here in the database, some code, some table is there, sir. In the database, some table is there. Assume that some table is there, sir. Now, so to interact with the database from the model or by using model, some concept must be required. That concept is nothing but manager. Okay, model manager can be used to manage model for interact with the database. Remember, model managers can be used to interact with the database. Are you getting that? To interact with the database, model manager can be used to interact with the database. Sir, am I used already this model manager concept? Anyone, can you please tell? Am I used already this model manager concept? Can you please confirm? Yes, used or not used? Am I used this model manager concept? No, I never used the word, right? We never use the first time we are using model anyway, model form, model based form, like we are always using. But what about model manager? Yes, important point you people should be aware. So model managers we used already, but we don't know that concept is called model managers. Are you getting that? Huh? We don't know that concept is called model managers. Where we use it, sir? Where we use it? Sir, have you ever used employee.objects.all, something like? Have you ever used this type of code? Employee.objects.all. Somewhere we use it, right? Several times we use it, right? Sir, now I have one small doubt. What is this objects, right? What is this object? This object is nothing but manager, man. Are you getting what is this object? This object is nothing but manager. Remember this one. So employee, the model, under this object is nothing but manager. So by using model manager, we can able to communicate with the database. You can ask all, you can ask filter, you can ask exclude, like all kind of things we can able to do. These objects itself is nothing but what types are model manager. Remember this one. So first point here is what is the purpose of model manager? Model manager can be used to interact with the database. Okay, by default, model manager is available through model.objects property. What is the which property, sir? Model.objects property. Sir, model.objects is of what type, sir? Is a model manager type. Remember this one. Is of what type, sir? Manager type. Is of what type? Manager type, sir. Sir, where is the proof for that? Just have a look once, sir. I'm taking D colon. Okay, here Django projects. So now I'm taking ORM project. So ORM project 1. Okay, py. Sir, here manage.py shell. I'm taking, sir. Just let me open shell. Okay, py manage.py shell. Like this I'm taking, sir. Now here just observe from test app dot models. From test app dot models import from test app dot models import employee. I have employee model is there in the last example ORM. Several times we used this example, sir. Now can you please tell type of employee dot objects? Type of employee dot objects. Can you please observe that employee dot objects is what type? Django dot db dot models dot manager dot manager. Are you getting that? Manager. Are you in the position to understand, right? Sir, employee dot objects. Sir, these objects is what type, sir? Manager type. Getting? Sir, are you able to understand, right? Yes, so that's all. This is what is the meaning of model manager, which can be used to interact with the database. Next, how to get a default model manager? By using model.objects property. By using that, we can able to get a default manager, right? So next, model manager is what type? Okay, django.db.models.manager.manager. Are you getting? Manager. Sir, it is simply model object is what type, sir? It is a manager type. Remember that, sir. Now, sir, I want to customize my model manager. Is it possible to customize behavior of the model manager or not? Yes, we can able to customize by defining our own custom manager based on our requirement. If you want, we can able to customize our manager, no problem at all, sir. Remember that. How to define our own custom manager? that part I will discuss, sir. Sir, just where we can able to use, yes, sir, that part matter of 1 minute. Let me explain, sir. Sir, up to this. So, is it possible how to define our own? How to define our own custom manager like this, right? Sir, what is the possibility? How you can able to define our own custom manager, right? It's a very simple, sir. Very simple. Sir, we have to write a class. We have to write a class that extends model server manager. Regarding that extends models manager, like this we have to write the class, right? Next, in this child class, what activity we have to do that? What activity we have to do? How you can able to customize? Just very simple, sir. Let me go with an example. Then you people can feel more comfortable, I'm sure, sir. Okay. Now, here just have a look once, sir. ORM project. Where is the ORM project? Yeah, that's all. This is now. Let me open models.py. Okay, let me open models.py. Okay, just take a bit very special care about this one, sir. So now my requirement is, if I want to define my own custom manager, I want to define my own custom manager. How we can able to do that? What is the way, sir? What is the way? Very simple, sir. What we can able to take is, sir, write a class. Here just I'm writing a class. Write a class. Let me write a class under custom manager, like this I'm taking, sir. Custom manager should be child class of models.manager. Custom manager should be child class of models.manager, like this I thought. I'm taking, sir. Now here listen a bit very carefully about this slide. What is the need? First I will show. 1 minute, sir. Let me send a request and let me open views.py also. Views.py. If I use employee.objects.all, now all employees data by default we are going to get. All employees data by default we are going to get, sir. Now let me send a request. And how to override this behavior with the custom manager, I will show. Don't worry about that, sir. Here, let me already open this one. Okay. Now, yeah, just the shell and then py manage.py run server. Py manage.py run server, like here. Let me show. If I send a request 127 something like, what is the output? Yes, that's all. This is the output by default you are going to get, sir. It never talks about sorting order. It never talks about anything, sir. Anything. So directly all the things by default we are going to get. Now my requirement is, whenever we are asking employee dot objects dot all, automatically I want according to sorting order of employee number. Regarding according to sorting order of employee number, this is about my requirement, right? Regarding according to sorting order of employee number, I want. Sir, just here I don't want to do that. I will define here only, right? Sir, class custom manager, like that. What I have to take here is take very special care about this one, sir. So whenever we are calling all method, sir, here we are calling all method. Have you observed, right? All method. Internally, it is going to call one method, sir. What is that method? Is get query set method. Regarding what is the method name? So whenever we are using all, this all method internally calls get query set method. It is going to call, sir. Remember this one, get query set method. It is going to call. So if you want to customize all method behavior in your custom manager, you have to define get query set method. You have to override get query set behavior, right? How you can able to do that? It's a very simple, sir. Nothing. Just because we are programmers, right? We can able to take here DEF. Which method I require to override? Can you please guide? Which method I require to override? Can you please guide? Please respond. What is the method we require to override, sir? Get the query set method, not all. Get the query set method, right? Sir, here get the query set. Get the query set method we require to override of self compulsory because it's the instance method, right? Get the query set method. Sir, now what I want to take, first get the query set from the parent class. Default query set better to get the query set, default query set, sir, return super dot get a query set. Regarding get a query set like this, sir, I'm calling super class get query set method, which is always going to provide default right? Okay, on that query set, what I want to take, sir, order by enum I have to take, sir. Order by enum like this I'm taking. Okay, that's all. So what I'm trying to take here is we are defining our own custom manager. Next, DEF get query set method we are overriding. Now I'm calling super class get query set, which is the default query set we are going to get on that order by. Can you please, sir, order by enum like this, right? Okay. Now you have to associate this custom manager with our model. Remember this one, sir. We require to associate this custom manager with our model. What I have to take is objects is equal to, what is our custom manager class? What is the class name? Can you please guide? What is the class name we have to take? Custom manager. We require to create an object for that. Okay, that's all. So now onwards, employee objects property is not pointing to default manager. It is always pointing to this custom manager. Remember this one. Everyone can able to understand? Are you in the position to understand? Okay. Now, can you please guide? Am I required to perform any change in the views.py? Am I required to perform any change in the views.py? No. Okay. So just at the defining this manager, at the defining this model only, we associated that. So no, where we require to change, only here we have to configure. Now, can you please observe that? If I can take like this, earlier 666520 something like, now can you please observe that ascending order by default is coming or not? 123, 1005, 123, 1005, 1183, 1382, something like we are defining. Are you able to understand? All the data by default is coming according to ascending order of employee number or not? Yes. Okay, like you can able to take. Okay, that's all. This is one. Next, do you know, is it objects? Objects is the only thing we require to use, or any name you can able to take. Sir, you can take any XYZ also. But the problem here is, Rohit, but the problem is, if you are using XYZ, then if you want to know that behavior, you should not use objects. You require to use XYZ. Regarding, we require to use XYZ. Unnecessary, in all view functions, we require to change that. That's why it's never recommended, okay, to use any other names. Better to use objects. Because what is the default model manager? What is the default model manager? Objects. Suppose tomorrow, I don't want this one. Then automatically you can comment this line. You don't want, then you can comment, still my program is going to work. Clear, right? Okay, next. So custom manager, any name we can able to take, no problem at all. This custom manager, any name you can able to take, no issue. Itself is acceptable. Next, super must be required. Then only how to call parent class methods by using super. Clear? Okay, so this is a type of way we can able to customize. Okay, we can able to customize the behavior of customize the behavior of model manager. Right? Now my question is, sir, is it suppose I don't want employee name, I want by salary, sir. I want by salary. Then automatically I for e-sal I'm taking, sir. Now I for e-sal I'm taking. Now onwards for all models. Now onwards for all models. For all models, according to, I mean for this employee, for all views, sir, by salary. By salary. Descending order of salary by default will come. Descending order of salary by default we are going to get, sir. Regarding it is the descending order like this. Next, get query set method is the default. Here, which words are, sir, changeable? Sir, it is not changeable. It is not changeable. This method name is also not changeable. This self anyway, usually we can change, but not recommended. Sir, here you can take anything, no problem at all. Next, these are things compulsory same, sir. Okay, so for that get query set is always the same. Is the default. So it should not change. Whenever we are calling all internally, it is going to call like this. Any doubt? Is it, are you in the position to understand what the meaning of, what the meaning, right? Yeah. Session get query set. All method internally calls get query set method. All internally calls get query set. Whenever you are calling all, internally get query set method will be called. Okay, that's all. Then immediately you may have the doubt, sir. You may have the doubt. Sir, is it only this method or can I define any extra methods or not? Is it only this method or can I define any extra methods or not? One thing. Next, is it compulsory we require to use objects or otherwise? So any other name or not? I have one small doubt, sir. Here, I don't want to take, sir, this is, sir, C objects like this I'm taking, sir. Observe very carefully, sir. C objects like this I'm taking. Sir, now, is it acceptable or not? Please respond. Is it acceptable or not? C objects like this, custom objects like this, it is. Now, but in the view function, C objects we require to take. Correct or not? C objects we require to take. Now, can you please observe that? Can you please observe that? Yes, here, you know something like a type object has no attribute objects. Yes, 1 minute. Internally, it is going to call, where is that attribute error? Can you please display view? Views.py line number 10. Am I using anywhere C objects, right? I saved already. Employee dot C objects dot all. It is why it is showing objects. Employee has no attribute objects line number 10. Line number 10. I'm using C objects only. Okay, maybe here also C objects. 1 minute, let me restart the server. Yeah, 1 minute. It should work. Okay. Yes. Have you observed right? Have you observed right? Perfectly, it's going to work. No doubt at all. Now, my doubt is, can I use objects or not? Can I use objects or not? Okay. Now, objects is available or not? Can you please guide? Objects is available or not? Is it available or not? Now, let me use objects. I say what, sir? Let me use objects. Objects. Now, just observe very carefully about this one. Attribute error has no attribute objects. Let me restart the server. Let me restart the server. Employee has no attribute objects. Like I'm taking C objects. Okay. Attribute error? No. No. Employee has no attribute objects. Suppose if I comment this line, yes, we can take two custom manager. That's about. It's working. It's working. Okay. If I remove this comment, if I remove that comment, now let me cross check. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, good. So at any point of time for our model, how many managers we can able to define? How many managers we can able to define? Yeah, from this, how many managers we can able to define? Only one it seems. Then if I want the multiple managers, then what is the way we will check that possibility, right? Okay, we can define multiple managers also. What is the possibility we will. So that's all. So what is custom manager? How you can able to define, how you can able to customize the behavior. This is what you people should aware first. Up to this, not required to keep any explanation about this one, sir. Everyone can able to understand. Now, instead of just defining, is it possible to define my own methods or not? What answer you can tell? I want to define some more methods, my own methods. No problem. You can define your own method. Happily, you can call all those methods on this object's property. No problem at all, sir. Sir, I'm taking the F. Now observe that. The power I will explain. Get EMP, EMP, cell range. Get EMP, cell range. Like this I'm taking, sir. So, self, comma, is L1, comma, is L2. Regarding is L2, like this I'm taking, sir. Means, I want all employees whose salary in this range only. This is about my requirement, right? This is what I will take is return super dot, get query set, return super dot, get query set. So next filter of ECL range is equal to ECL1, comma ECL2. Now observe this. Sir, I'm defining my own method. I'm trying to define. What it's going to take is, it is going to return the query set based on the given salary range. Yes, is it going to work out or not? Yes, ma'am. You can call whenever you are calling all internally, it will call. Whenever you want to call this one, no problem. Your custom manager having this ability, sir. What is the method we require to call is get EMP cell range. Instead of all, get EMP cell range. Like this you can able to talk, sir. Okay. Now here EMP, get EMP cell range 12,000 to, sir, 16,000, like this, 17,000, like this I'm taking, sir. Is it going to work or not? Now observe this one. Now observe this. Sir, let me refresh. Can you please observe? 12 to 17,000 only. All the salaries anywhere. 12 to 17,000 only. By default is going to come. Yes. So now onward, for every view function, I'm telling, array, if you want, you can call all. Otherwise, within the salary range, if you want, just call this one. Extra support I'm going to provide. Like this, we can able to take, sir. Are you getting? Yes, is it clear for all of you, right? Okay, like sir, all these shall range, all these shall range. Okay, if you want, you can able to take in sorting order also. In sorting order also, here whatever functionality you want to define, happily you can able to do that, man. Dot order by dot order by order by. Sir, what I'm trying to take is dot order by is like this I'm taking, sir. Can you please observe dot order by is like now observe that. Now have a look once. Have you observed, sir? Ascending order of salaries 12 to 17,000 only, but ascending order of salaries by default you are taken. So how many times I require to write this method? Can you please tell, sir, how many times I require to write this method? Only once. How many times we require to write this method? Only once. But how many times we can call, sir? Any number for every view function was for your model. If you want all records, better to use all. If you want only particular cell range, then automatically you can call like this, right? Sir, next here my requirement is, sir, I want to get sorting by the given parameter. Are you getting here? def what I'm trying to do, get emp employees sorted by, get emp employees sorted by okay, self dot param, like this I'm taking, sir. Now observe this one, some parameter was I want sorted by employee name, sorted by employee name. Are you getting? Sorted by e-name, sorted by e-cell. Like now, can you please guide what is the code I have to take? Yes, what is the code I have to take, sir? Please respond. Return super dot return super dot get query set next dot order by whatever param you are passing, that param itself is enough. Now do you know you can pass enum, then based on that sorting is going to be happen. If you want enum, based on that you can able to sort, no problem at all, like this, right? Sir, clear for all of you? Friends, are you in the position to understand, right? Now observe, just I'm taking more powerful, sir. Now get sorted by. Now here what I'm trying to take in the view function, sir, just get employee sorted by ename, just you can pass, then automatically all employees sorted by ename, automatically it's going to come, sir. You're getting? All employees sorted by ename by default it's going to come. Are you in the position to understand, right? First A, next B, next C, like this, right? Suppose I don't want ename, I want enum, like this, right? I want enum, like yes, perfectly. Enum like 123, 1005, 11, like this, right? Ascending order. Sir, I want reverse, right? Hyphen, like this I'm taking, sir. Now, can you please observe that? Now, here, if you observe, reverse, like this, reverse of alphabetical order. Getting, friends? Okay. Now, do you know models.py? This type of thing is nothing but custom manager. Get emp salary range dot get emp sorted by. Yes, it's going to work. We can keep chaining. It's going to work. Internally, it's going. These are the things are going to return. These things are going to return. Okay, query sets only. That's why that. Are you able to understand? Now, this type of thing is nothing but what? Custom managers, model manager. How you can able to customize? Okay, to customize all method behavior. Which method we have to override? Please respond. To customize all method behavior, which method we have to override? Get the query manager method, because internally all method is always going to call get query set method is going to call. That's why. Next, inside custom manager, is it possible to define our own methods or not? Yes, we can able to define our own methods, no problem. So that for the view functions, we are providing more flexibility. Sir, in whatever they want. Array, if you require sorting by name, no problem. Just call this method instead of all. If you want only within the salary range, then call this method automatically, right? So he is not required to write much logic. He is responsible just to call our provided methods. So more flexibility to the programmer who is writing view functions. Clear, right? That's all. So what is model manager? What is the job of model manager? How to define our own customizer model manager? Sir, like whenever we are calling all internally, which method we require to override? Why we have to override? Like, sir, all the things by default is very important even for the interview room also. That's why you people should be very clearly, right? Okay. Sir, next cinema, what I want to take is, sir, do you know proxy? Okay, proxy managers. Yeah. Yeah, Shashank, I saw somewhere, but anyway, I didn't get that much clearly. That's why I didn't spend much time there. But now I hope you can able to understand, right? Yes. Okay, well. So now, what is the next cinema? Proxy inheritance. Proxy inheritance. Do you know what is the proxy? What is the meaning of proxy? General word. Can you please tell? Proxy. Proxy. What is the meaning of proxy? Very general word. General word. Proxy means. Do you know proxy? Proxy means duplicate. Correct. Duplicate object. Duplicate object. Proxy. Proxy means something like duplicate. Suppose sometimes it's a very common doubt. Common thing. Our office people are going to get the calls. So do you have proxy support? Regarding do you have proxy call support? Then what is the meaning of proxy call support is, in the US, one person had the interview, he has to attend. He has to attend the interview, right? He has to attend the interview. But what he is going to do, he is not that much subject-wise that much worthy. Then whenever he is getting the call, just he is going to forward that call to India number. Someone is going to handle that interview instead of that person. Okay, he is going to pay. Next, once the interview is going to be cleared, then he is going to pay some $1,000, $2,000, something like that. Proxy. We have proxy arrangement, like proxy server, dummy server. It's not original, man. It's not original. Proxy server, dummy server, something like not original server, like that. So proxy inheritance, proxy model inheritance. When we can go for proxy model inheritance, yes, sir, it is a beautiful concept, sir. Okay. Suppose for the, I have one database table is there, sir. This is my database table. Now the data is coming. Sir, without touching database data, I want to provide different styles for the different styles. I want to customize the view of this data without touching the database. Regarding that, without touching the database, how we can able to do is we can go for proxy model inheritance. Sir, what it means? Can you explain with a small example? You people may ask. Very simple, sir. Custom manager already you were. Now that's why your life will become very easy, sir. What I want to take here is just let me go for a small chota example, sir. Okay, forget about this one. Here, just I'm trying to take. Do you know? Here it is always going to provide in descending order of salaries. Salaries like custom manager 1, like this, right? Custom manager 1, like I'm taking, sir. Now here just take a bit very special care. I want to provide another view for the same model, same model, right? What I want to take, custom manager 2, okay, order by, just I'm taking name. Just have a look once, just get the basic idea. Get the basic idea, right? Sir, now can you please tell how many custom managers are available? Please respond. How many custom managers are available? 2 custom managers are available. But model is only one. For this model, already I defined custom manager 1. Now, what I want to take is, let me take class proxy employee. I'm taking, sir. So proxy employee, I'm taking. Just observe very carefully, sir. Class proxy employee of employee. Class proxy employee of employee. Really, this proxy employee is not a new model, not new model, right? Now here what I have to take, here class meta, within that proxy is equal to true, we have to take. Proxy is equal to true, we are going to take. Next, what I want to take here is objects. What I want to take here is objects is equal to, 1 minute, sir. It is the proxy is equal to meta, we require to take 1 minute only. Yes, here just observe that proxy is equal to meta, like this I'm taking. Next, what is the objects? Objects, like I'm taking, objects is equal to custom manager 2, sir. Objects is equal to custom manager 2, like this I'm taking. Now take very special care about these two things, right? Very special care about this. So now, how many model classes are there? Can you please tell? Observe a bit very carefully, sir. How many model classes are there? 2 model classes. 2 model classes. Sir, model classes. This is one model class. This is another model class. I mean, it is also model only. Inheritance anywhere, right? Sir, there are two model classes are available, right? Okay. Now, do you know? Here, just take a bit very special care. If I'm taking like this, physically, how many tables are available? How many tables are available? Only one table. For that table is represented by this one only. For this table, sir, just a proxy employee, like I'm defining another model class which is physically, internally representing the same. What is the advantage for that is, am I in a position to customize behavior or not? This person always talks about sorting by ECL. This person always talking about sorting by ename, something like sorting by ename, like this, like. So now 1 minute, let me cross check my behavior, is that correct or not? There is something like it's showing some error. 1 minute. One minute only. Maybe am I doing any mistake or something like that? Yes, okay. Now sir, is it this is the proxy manager, proxy employee of employee, like this I'm taking. Now my target is 1 minute, sir. Is it required to define this proxy employee in the admin.py or not? Let me take class 1 minute. Let me access admin interface Durga 1 2 3. Yeah, here how many tables we are seeing? Can you please confirm how many tables we are seeing? Only one table. That's fine. Let me take. What is the other we have? Employee, proxy employee. Now let me take class proxy employee. Like this I'm taking class proxy employee. Like I'm taking admin.model admin list display proxy employee admin. Okay. Now here proxy employee admin. Like this I'm taking, sir. Okay. Just observe a bit. Now, are you able to see proxy employees or not? Array, two tables are there or not? Now I have one small doubt, sir. If I see employees, how many records are there? Good, 61 records are there. How many records are there? 61 records are there, sir. 61 records are there. If you observe that, even display, have you observed, right? It is always showing in which order? Descending order of ECL. Are you getting that? Descending order of ECL. First 1992, next one after that 19,928, 19,838, 93, something like descending order. It is showing, sir. Now my target is, let me go for yes, here test, yeah, proxy employees. For the proxy employee, how many tables are there? How many rows are there? How many records are there? How many records are there in the proxy employees? Can I use the word same number of records are empty? Same number of records are empty. Remember that. Are you getting right? All same. All the 61. But the specialty here is, if you observe, it is according to alphabetical order of names. Are you in the special, right? Are you able to understand, right? Okay. So for the same table, okay, another proxy I created, another view I created, right? So the people who required, okay, this original, then automatically like that. So both possibilities are there. Yes, Shashank, what is the need of proxy is, the difference is, sir, do you know, to define multiple custom managers, something like to customize behavior of the model. One thing, sir, you may not see much difference. Here, see this one. Here, see. In the models.py, what I'm trying to take, here ECL, custom manager one, ECL, only 10 employees I'm taking, sir. Are getting only 10 employees I'm taking. Only 10 employees I'm taking, sir. So custom manager one means employee, original table, only 10 I want to take, sir. Only 10 records. Now observe this one. Now observe this employees. 1 minute. Admin test of employee. Slice cannot reorder a query once a slice has been taken. Once a slice, here it is not going to work. Directly there we can use, but here it is not going to work. Now query set, what I'm taking here is filter GTE greater than GTE is equal to 15,000, like this I'm taking. Now observe a bit carefully. Can you please avail it once? How many records are available? Only 28. But if you go to the proxy employees, how many records by default available? 61 records are available. Are you getting right? So, but how many tables are there? Only one table. Not two tables. Only one table. For the existing table, I'm providing multiple views. Are you getting that? Existing table, I'm providing multiple views. Original table is employees. Employee is my original table, but proxy employees is the proxy. Now, let me add one record here. Employee number 124. Employee name, okay, some Jennifer, like this I'm taking. Employee salary, okay, some 18,888, like this I'm taking. address Hyderabad I'm taking. Can you please tell where I'm adding this one? Where to which table I'm adding this one? To employee table or not? Employee table or not? Yes, employee table added. Now Jennifer came or not? Jennifer came. Now let me consider proxy. Is it going to reflect to the proxy? Is it going to reflect to the proxy or not? Yes, definitely it will come. If you want, you can observe, sir. Are you seeing Jennifer? Are you seeing Jennifer? Here, just Jennifer. Where? Jennifer, like. So that's what is the meaning? Yeah, what is the meaning of this one here? Existing table. I want to define for existing table. I want to define. Okay, I want to define another view. Then obviously we should go for proxy. Clear, right? Here internally only one table is there. Something like it's not a clone. You know, clone is the different, proxy is the different. Clone means separate physical copy will be created. But proxy means existing thing, it is the dummy, duplicate person. It is not original person. Yes, you can able to create any number of proxies for the existing table. Sheshan, we can able to create any number of proxies for the existing table. What is the problem with that? Clear, right? Yes, what is the use case is Vaishnav? What is the use case for this is proxy model inheritance? For the same existing, for the same table, different behaviors I want to show. For the same table, different behaviors I want to show. Yes, clear, right? This is the proxy one. Like, sir, tomorrow I want to take one more proxy. Is it possible or not? Yes, is it possible or not? Yes, here employee. Sir, it is also employee only, but anyway proxy 2. But here let me take another custom manager 3. Another custom manager 3. Yes, I can define another custom manager. Another custom manager. Okay, this person always talks about. This person is always talks about okay, get queries dot filter employee number is lesser than employee number is lesser than 1000, lesser than 1000, employee number less than 1000. This person is going to select like that. Okay, now this is the proxy employee 2, sir. Proxy employee 2. Now let me take sir proxy employee 2. Like we have to take proxy employee 2. Okay, like this. Now same terminology, nothing will be there. Proxy employee 2 admin. Next, sir, here proxy employee 2. Next, proxy employee 2 admin. Like this, I'm taking, sir. That's all. Now, can you please tell physically? Here, just observe physically. How many tables will be there? Only one table, man. Only one table. But for this table, how many proxies are there? Multiple proxies are we can able to define. Are you getting? Now here just observe that. Here just a proxy 2, proxy 3. Sir, if I ask employees, it is going to tell the employees whose salary greater than some 15,000 like this only. If I can ask proxy employees to only employee number whose employee number less than 1000 means only 2 numbers are there. Okay. Now proxy employees sorting order of name like For the same data, for the same database table, we are providing multiple views because of this proxy model. Getting right? So in the physically only one database table is there, it's not having multiple tables, which is by default considered as proxy. Okay. If we update on proxy, it will be automatically will be updated to the main table. If we perform any updation to the main table, automatically it will be updated to the proxies also, because all these people are pointing to the same table. That's why now observe, add proxy employee. I want to add proxy employee. One employee number, employee name some Bunny, Jennifer, I'm taking Bunny, okay, Jennifer, I'm taking Isal, okay, like something like 25,000, like this, I'm taking 25,000. Next, address, Hyderabad, something like I'm taking, sir. Sir, where I'm adding? Can you please tell where I'm adding? Two proxy employee. Two proxy employee I'm trying to add, sir. Okay. Now, is it going to be reflected for all the things or not? Can you please cross check? Can you please cross check? Yes, friend, 25,000 salary. Yes, is it reflected to the employees? Next, is it reflected to the proxy employees too or not? Yes, it is reflected to the proxy employees too. Next, is it reflected to the proxy employees or not? Yes, here, what is the name we used? Yes, Bunny, Jennifer, it is there. That's all. This type of feature is nothing but proxy model and the custom managers. Getting right? Next up, Vaishnav, I hope you are asking several doubts, sir. Are we going to cover model inheritance, next model managers, abstract based model? Like now, I hope terminology is clear. At least basic idea have you got? Yeah, Vaishnav. Yes. Okay. That's all, sir. This is what we require to talk about these custom managers.